Do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.
Hey everybody, this is Dr. Willie Jolley. Good evening on this beautiful Monday night. Hope you're having a great day, a great week, and I hope you are healthy, wealthy, and happy. All right, I'm Dr. Willie Jolley, and this is my beautiful bride.
This is Dee.
And we are excited to bring one more time to be on with you here on the Jolley Marriage Show. Y'all know we started this show now about 5 years ago, every Monday night, doing just commentary on helping people to improve their marriages. Not that we have all the answers, and tonight is going to be one of those times when you see that, but to share what we can share, because statistics show that 50% of people in America divorce, and 50% of people in Western countries, America, England, France, Canada, Mexico, they divorce. And then of the 50% that remain, statistics show 40% of those people are miserable. Or they're staying in the marriage because of the kids or because of financial reasons. So we decided, look, we've been married at the point we wrote the book, or preparing to write the book. We were married at about 30 years. We're now almost 40 years. And we decided to write a book.
33 years.
It was 33 years? Okay. It was 30 when William had brought the people over. Our 30th anniversary, but it took us a few years to put it together. So 33 years, we wrote the book, put it out. Book is called Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, 10 Secrets to Shape a Great Marriage. It's the Jolley way to a happy marriage. Our other son, our adopted son, Taylor-Jolley McNeil, we give him a shout out, one of the greatest motivational speakers on the planet. He was visiting us. And we told him about this book that we were working on. He said, here's what you should call it. Make love, make money, make it last. Boom. We said, you're right. So we gave him a shout out for that. And so we wrote the book. We put it out. We've been on the Today Show. We've been on television. We've done a TED Talk. We hope you've all seen the TED Talk. If you have not, please. How to Never Ever Argue Again in Marriage is a TED Talk that we wanted to do to just help people learn the principles and strategies we have used to not argue. We haven't had an argument in over 38 years. And we've been married 37 years. We've been married almost 39 years. So we put the TED Talk, we wrote the book, and now we do this Monday night show. And by the way, we've now expanding it, bringing on sponsors and all of that. So the book is now a bestseller. We're talking to more translations. And now we offer to you to share your struggles, your issues, your concerns, something that maybe is bothering you in your marriage or your relationship. Not that we have all the answers, and I want to dwell on that a little bit tonight, but we will give you our best answer. And if we don't have the answers, we will try and find the best answer to help you. So always can email us at info@williejolley.com. info@WILLIEJOLLEY.com. Tonight is one of those times where I did need help. Because the letter said, do you want to tell what the letter said, or you want me to tell?
You may speak.
No, you tell, because you have the detail. Go ahead, tell what the letter said.
No, you can introduce it.
Okay. So a lady sent a letter and said she's been married for 19 years. And she doesn't like the word letter. She likes the word email. It's an email letter. Anyway, she sent the letter by email that she had been married. She's been married 19 years. And the husband her sex life is terrible. That's it.
Okay, now let me give the rest of the background. And the email said, we've been married for 19 years on the 30th of the month. The only thing keeping us together is our belief in God. We're both divorced. We courted and did not have sex or premarital sex. Okay. But if I'd had sex before marriage, I would not have married him. That was a struggling point for how to respond. Sex is terrible. I believe he married me so he could have sex within marriage. Life is miserable. He's constantly angry and makes life miserable for our kids too. He's retired, but started another business and works all the time. He only touches me when he's in bed and wants sex. It makes me feel like a hooker.
Help.
Help.
Woo! This one was loaded, folks. Loaded. First of all, I want to say to Greg and Linda, thank you for joining us. They are our dear friends. They buy the book for people getting married. They bought so many of these books and giving them away. They said they're going to be in Germany next week, so they'll have to watch it.
We have never been to
We have not been to Germany yet. And
you did get an invitation.
I did get an invitation, yeah, but we're working on it. Anyway, so
you have to tell us what the weather was like in Germany when you get back.
Yeah, tell us what it's like.
What were the main attractions?
So we do want to go because we've been invited. Anyway, so this has come in. This letter came, email, whatever, came in a while ago, and we discussed it with me and the team. And I said, I can't. I'm not prepared. And one thing I'm gonna tell y'all always: the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I said, I'm not prepared to answer that. I'm not prepared to deal with that. I need wise counsel on this issue. One, because I had not experienced it. We did not experience that issue. But I don't want to give this person bad counsel. I hear on the radios and on television and online, people who have relationship or supposedly shows, and they give such bad counsel. The first thing almost all of them would do when they hit a snag or bump in the road, they say, divorce them, get them out of there, they're gone. And I think it's bad counsel that often the issue is a small fix to a big problem. Now the problem can be big, but there's usually a small fix to a big problem. And sometimes it's a small problem that did not get fixed while it was small and it became big. So here's what I said to the team. I need to get wise counsel from somebody else, some other people. So I called my friend, Reverend Skip Little, who is the director. He and his wife, Beverly Little, are the directors of the marriage ministry at our church, First Baptist Church of Glenarden. And when you're in the Washington area, we highly recommend you visit that church. It is phenomenal and it is incredible and wonderful, wonderful Pastor John Jenkins, Pastor John Kenneth Jenkins Sr., just incredible gentleman. So I called Skip and I said, Skip, here's the situation. He said, Willie, I've dealt with this many, many, many times. Yeah. Okay, this is nothing new for me. I said, it's new for me. I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing and give poor counsel. He said, well, first, let me say that we have dealt with this and we tell people, one, that marriage was created for two people who can go into it without having any sexual experience, and they get married and they grow together. So they don't know what bad and good and what good is bad. They grow together. He said, that's first. He said, but in the world we live in, people do have are divorced or widowed or widowers or whatever. He said, so when this kind of experience happens, there are a couple questions come to mind. One is are they in love, and is it a good marriage with bad sex, or is it a bad marriage with bad sex? He said those are two different things, because often people have good marriages and are sexless. He said that happens. Sex is not part of the marriage. Now, It happens in today's world. We see it often because of physical issues or medical issues. He said it happens. He said, but people are willing because the marriage is good to live in a sexless marriage. He said it happens. Second thing he said is, if the marriage is good and the sex is bad. Oh, he said, if the marriage is bad and the sex is bad, then you start by fixing the marriage. Okay. He said, before you fix the sex, you got to fix the marriage. And that's when you got to have marriage counseling. You have to go through the process of counseling and fixing the issues in the marriage. He said most issues in marriage can be fixed if you're willing to do the work. That was powerful. Mm-hmm. Then he said, then you go to part 2. Now, he said, if the marriage is good and you don't have to fix the marriage and you just have to fix the sex, then we recommend you go to sex therapy, to get a sex therapist. I said, really? He said, yes. You get a sex therapist. They can work through the process. I said, wow. So I thought it was just profound. So again, he said that their first marriage was meant for people to learn to grow together in their sexual conquest and their sexual experience and not have something to compare with. Kimmy Coco said, what about erectile dysfunction? Well, that's medical. Mm-hmm. And it happens. Mm-hmm. And men get older, it happens more often. And so there are medical therapies, sex therapies to help with that. Okay. And we have had a lot of conversations, and I speak at men's conferences. I often tell them of men who have shared different natural, not Viagra, natural tools to help them.
You mean different kinds of
herbs that you can get at health food stores that can help in that process. Okay, so that I hope that answered that question. There are still, even with erectile dysfunction, and then there are women who have
vaginal dryness.
Yes.
Or other issues. That make it uncomfortable.
But they can go to the doctor and there can be.
All
right.
I'll interject.
I'm gonna let you have some say.
I think I appreciate what Skip offered in terms of advice.
Yes.
What I wrote is that with all of this, it requires communication.
Yes, it does.
I think that's a primary problem. And I felt bad for the lady who wrote when she talked about that I feel like a hooker. All right. So it takes me to 19 years of this. There's a communication breakdown.
Or lack thereof.
And this has been going on.
It might not be a breakdown. It might have been just never been a good communication.
A long time. Mm-hmm. So who has the courage? Since we've only heard from her.
Right.
Then unfortunately, or fortunately, the onus has to be on her to say, I'm not happy. Let's figure out how to make this better. He might be perfectly okay.
He might think he's happy. We're all good.
Okay.
Because he come home
from one job,
yeah.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
He's got another business going,
mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were both celibate until they got married. They had gone through a divorce, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this time around, we're going to do it the right way.
Right.
So maybe he is thinking, I'm married now, and that's what you're supposed to do. Tap on the shoulder, and we've
discussed that this guys
that's
do that.
A common thing too.
Guy come in bed at night, tap him on the shoulder.
What?
You ready? You ready?
If that doesn't work for you, you've got to muster up the courage to say, let's talk about this. Not over dinner, not in front of other people, but you have to find the time and muster up the courage to say, this is what I need. I know you can do this. Could we work on this together? Because the other thing is, I find from women that I talk to that often with the men's egos. We have to be so
That's what
careful.
Kimmy Coco just said.
What?
Men can be embarrassed and don't want to address the issue.
So it's such a sensitive
It's a
thing.
very sensitive thing, and men feel less than a man when their parts don't work.
And I'll tell you what I think.
What do you think?
I think the men, they all lie and talk about, having the sex all the time and everything. And sometimes the men who might be more honest might believe all the stuff that other men say, and they lie. So you think that you have to, they're always performing. Well, how do you get to perform? Do you just up and do it? That's what they.
Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, no. I'm thinking about conversations with men as I grew older, and older dudes. They pull up their pants. I'm Big Johnny Walker. Come on, I'm laying it down. And you as a young guy, you're listening to these guys, and they're not always what they say they are. But they gotta put up a front, and they have to talk about their conquest. And so here's what I say, men. I'm talking to the men tonight. Listen, men. 1, remember that women need 2 things: intimacy and security, more than anything else.
Well, they might not know. Let me finish. Remember it. They might not know it.
Well, if you read the book, you know it. You know it, and everybody should have a copy of this book. Every person who hold on, let me finish. Everybody should have a copy of this book if you ever turned on this show, so that you would know what our basic principles and our foundation are. There are 10 steps. One of them is sex. We talk about sex, chapter number 8. Okay, sex, headaches, and other lies.
But you can't get to the sex if you have not been communicating.
Oh, that's not true. That's not true.
Well,
that's not true. People get to sex real quick without talking. I know that for first hand, because I used to have ladies before I got married. I know. You said, what did y'all talk about? Nothing.
Okay. Let me
I don't know if they could talk.
Okay.
Could they talk at all? I didn't care at that point. Okay.
Okay, let's move on.
All right.
I apologize.
Thank you. I had to fix that right there.
I'm married communication.
Brenda is laughing at that. It's true.
But now you're married.
I'm married. To have a long relationship with
the same married relationship,
a marital sexual relationship,
and you're older,
and then you're enjoying it.
Let's keep it real.
Then you talk to each other,
and you're older, so you don't get to pee hard in the morning and run to the bathroom. You might have to go several times during the night in the bathroom. So you know what? That's what I'm saying. So now
the prostate get enlarged and things don't work like it used to be. Yeah, it's true.
And so when you have a loving relationship, it becomes easier to share and to help each other get in the mood.
Now I agree with that. But man, I don't know any man who would say to his it ain't working tonight. I don't know, not one. I don't know one who's supposed to say, it ain't working.
Stop it. You might not say it like that, but you might need a little bit of help.
You might need some help. Okay, now that's true.
What I'm saying is, as we get older, it might take a little more than just blowing in the ear or a kiss.
Natalie Green, my sister from another mister, just said something. You can have sex without communicating, but you cannot have intimacy without communication. She's right.
True.
She's absolutely right.
Yes.
She's absolutely right. She's right. You need communication. You need stimulation.
The creating of the intimacy.
So women need intimacy and security. They need to know you got them. Men do need in there if they're physically able, sex and respect. Okay.
And the women with the caring and the thoughtfulness, you're warming up.
Right. That's right. You remember, man? We say.
I'm a crock pot.
Women are crock pots, men are microwave ovens, okay? And so men, they ready. Women, they got to warm up to this concept, and they got to talk.
But as we get older,
and I tell men,
it takes a little bit longer for all of
and
it.
I tell men, if you want some action at night, you better start in the morning. Come on, somebody. You better start sending them a text. Oh, you look so good when you left to go to work today. You look so beautiful.
So what is wrong with?
You look beautiful, by the way.
I have on green because St. Patrick's Day. I got green. I have green.
And you look so beautiful too.
Oh. You preparing for later?
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
So what was I going to say? So back to the importance of communicating. So with this lady,
I feel bad for her, but there's some
somewhere along the line.
Now remember, we only got one side of the picture.
I know it.
All right, but it's an interesting side, and I believe there's truth there. Now, here's what I will say: one, you got to get counseling if there's sexual issues. And
so how do you even? Let's get back to how do you get there? Okay, they need marriage counseling because she said they've been married for 19 years.
And she says they
not good in 19 years.
The sex is not good and the marriage is not good because he's angry. He might be angry all the time because he knows that he's not performing.
Well, I don't know if he.
I don't know what we don't know what we're making all sorts of assumptions.
She says she feels like a hooker.
Yeah, he just coming, but obviously, if she feels like a hooker, he can still get it up sometime. But she come in and tap tap tap. You ready? You ready? Now, gentlemen, again. That is not the way. That's like going to go to somebody and ask them if you want to go. You're about asking somebody out for a date. You wouldn't want to go out with me, would you? That's a terrible way to ask for a date. But that's what people do. That's a bad way to do it. You have to say, would you like to go out?
So back to the
rather than tap tap tap. You ready?
The onus is on her
to
figure out how to communicate her concerns with him.
Yes.
Maybe she needs.
Maybe she needs.
That's what it
is.
is.
But maybe he's not easy to talk to. He's angry, so she has to say, "I really want to go to counseling."
So she's got to figure out.
She got to
maybe the start is for her to go by herself.
Ooh, Natalie is on it tonight. She said the sexual issues are not just just a symptom, not the deeper problem. You're right about that tonight. Natalie, you on it right now. And thank you, Brenda, for saying I love y'all. I love y'all. I love you. So you got to be romantic. Brenda said you got to have some romantic. That's romance. We said in the book, you got to keep the fires burning. You got to romance and not just when you want it all the time.
So she has to go to, she needs somebody to talk to. So we're just opening the door for her.
We open the door.
She needs to
I would say to you, ma'am, you
she
probably
needs to go to counseling.
Yeah.
Before, since I don't know the husband,
situation, right?
Before,
if he doesn't go, you should go.
Before she confronts, because she might not know
how to say it. You're right.
And then with the counselor, she can say, he's angry. This. And I have just kind of like over the years, just not really said anything. So I need help coming out of my shell so that I can say what I'm feeling.
She might want to go to a male counselor. So he can talk about how a man feels when they have sexual functionality issues. That might be rather than a female, because a man would know what like we have a friend who said to her mate, "Is that all you got?" After they finished, that marriage went to done. And because there's a way to say things. It's not what you say, is how you say it.
Well, I'm sure she was annoyed.
Well, okay, but knowing how to say it to a man is what I'm trying to get to. Okay, maybe ma'am, you should go to see a male counselor and then let the male counselor give you wise counsel on how to handle getting your husband to come. Or he probably not seen this. He probably seen this a million times, just like Skip had seen it a million times, that this is an issue. And Skip immediately went, "Oh, I've seen that a lot." Here's what you tell them. One, that they need to be, that is it a good marriage, a bad marriage? If it's a good marriage and they just have a sexual issue, get sex counseling. If it's a bad marriage and sexual issue, then they get the marriage fixed first and then, okay? How you say it. So go to a male counselor, ask them for good counsel, not only on how to deal with the situation, but how to get your husband to come.
And then share the whole situation.
That's right. So the counselor can then see the whole picture. Then find out what sexual therapy options are in the community for both of you. You might have to both. I think that's kind of what Skip alluded to, that what you just said. Sometimes the wife might have to help the brother out.
Yeah.
She might help jumpstart him. Like the old cars, you had to crank them up.
You know how they say that it's okay to chase your husband around the room.
Yeah, it is. I know this one will chase me around the room in a minute. All right, and I say catching me.
It's helpful for as a jump start.
Yes,
and to be playful.
Yes,
with each other.
That's
yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
And you sure do look good tonight, by the way.
Thank you, dear. And sometimes they don't know how.
Okay.
So that's, and they can be, shy, reticent, but all of those things you should put to the side. But you got to learn how to do that. So
yes,
the counseling with her and the counselor.
Yes.
To help her communicate with her husband.
Yes.
Here's some challenge. Here are the challenges.
Correct.
And then get both to counseling.
Correct. So I think this is hopefully, ma'am. I hope this helped, and I'd encourage you.
I hope you're listening.
I hope you're listening. I hope you're watching it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry it took a couple of weeks because I really did not want it. When we first came in, I told him, I said, I can't do it. No, I can't give this. I can't give this at this point. I don't have the answer. And I always want to give you the best. And Skip, I want to thank Skip Little, Reverend Skip Little, First Baptist Church, again, for his wise counsel and the great marriage ministry they have at First Baptist, where they've helped lots of marriages stay together. And they help people all over the country because there's an online church. So
they have an online couples ministry.
Right.
You can go to
FBCGlenarden.org. FBCG. FBC.
What did I say?
FBC Glenarden. You're right. FBCGlenarden.org. GLEN Arden. ARDEN.
Online or in person.
Yes.
It's the ongoing education.
Yes.
And just the sharing of stories and suggestions as to how to solve issues. That is very important. It's so very helpful.
And remember what he also said, and I want to point about again. We talk about sex and marriage, but there are marriages where people are happily married and say, we're at another place.
I know of some. They're good companions.
They love each other and love being with each other, and medical reasons or other reasons have kept.
Or they don't need it.
They're just not. But I'm not at that point though. You sure look good tonight. Natalie said authenticity is key in any relationship. I'm being authentic. She looked good to me. Yeah. Anyway. All right, I gotta go. We gotta go. Our time is just about up. Hope y'all enjoyed tonight. Share this video with people. Share this on YouTube. Tell people to watch it. If you know people who are struggling, in their marriage for one reason or the other, bless them and buy the book for them. Some people just need a gift.
Some people don't want to read. I was reading this.
We got the audio book there.
We have audio.
Yeah.
It makes it easy. And in this quick, fast environment, sometimes people only have time to listen to something while they're on the way to something.
All right, get the audio book.
That can give you options.
We highly recommend the book or the audio book.
Yes.
Thank you, Brenda Colson, for saying great show. Thank you for everybody who jumped in. Thank you for the Kazeras. Y'all travel safe.
Yes.
All the people who watch online. Who watch the replay. So many people say they watch the replay. I want to thank y'all. Please do us a favor. 1, continue to watch. 2, share this with friends and family. At least 10 people in relationships or not in relationship, and say you should be watching this on Monday night. 3, we're gonna bring on sponsors. If you know a company or organization who wants to reach our demographic, which are people 34, 54, between that age, or 64, and who are in relationships or want to be in a relationship, then we're looking for sponsors. If you want people who might have a product or service who want to reach that audience, tell them to contact us, because we are going to be opening it up to help businesses grow by the influence we have with people all over the country and around the world. Last but not least, we know some people just need our course. we have a course. First, we want you to go to the TED Talk. It's free on our website, jolleymarriage.com, and watch the TED Talk. Number 2, we have a course, a 5-part course called the Jolley Marriage Repair Series. It's an hour each, one on communication, one on sex, one on money, one on families, and one on blended families. Something we've done and dealt with all of those, plus a 6th bonus session on the 11 biggest mistakes people make in relationships and how to fix them. So go to jolleymarriage.com/events and order that course. Get it today. Get it today. Go right now, jolleymarriage.com/events. And then you'll be on your way to fixing some of those.
One more thing.
Yes, sweetie.
One more thing.
Go ahead, baby.
I forgot to mention last week that March is Women's History Month.
That's right. That's right. To all the women.
Instead of having to go through history, why don't you look around?
Hey.
Because we are making history every day. And to say to some other female, I value you for what you do.
And next Sunday is St. Patty's Day.
It's the 17th.
It's on a Sunday this year. And he was the guy who took Christianity to Ireland. Right. And that's why we have St. Patrick's Day. And then coming up soon thereafter, the women's NCAA women's basketball tourney starts. Cherry blossoms here in DC. And on the 24th, Palm Sunday.
From the 23rd through the 26th. And Palm Sunday is the 24th and Good Friday.
The 29th and Easter Sunday. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. On March 31st. Oh, wow. What a show. Wow. This is I thought it was a good show. I thought it was a good show. And I hope that, ma'am, that you got the answer that will bless you and your marriage. All right.
This should be a good start.
Yes, it will.
Keep us posted.
Keep us posted. Email us. Let us know how things are going and the results if you have some.
So we've given you enough to get started. Yeah.
Let us know. All right. Remember, folks, you can send us your issues. We never call your name. info@williejolly.com. info@WILLIEJOLLEY.com. I want to thank y'all. We have been blessed to be able to hopefully be a blessing to you. The book continues. We send them out every day. So people are saying it's blessing, and that's our goal. Have a great day. We'll be going out on my music for my jazz album, Close to You, and we'll see you next week.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.